Andrew, first red card of your career, which is impressive. A center back. I know that you transitioned to the new position, but did that feel any particular way, the fact that you saw red? And by the way, it should be said, a very soft red. I don't think you should have been sent off.
Yeah, no, I think it was just a shocking moment at first. I wasn't expecting him to pull the red after the penalty was called. So I mean, I wish I could have had a more, or maybe a better memory for a first red card.
Yeah,
kind of make it worth it. But no, it's a frustrating one. But we go on and it's been a while. So.
And now you're available against Nashville. I want to talk a little bit about your transition from midfielder to center back, because you played in college as a midfielder, you scored goals, accessorized those with assists. You come here as a midfielder, and then you get transitioned into a center back. Difficult transition under the former coach, a very unforgiving system where you're man marking all over the place. What can you say about the experience that you've had starting off as a center back and where you are right now?
Yeah, I feel like a lot translates coming from more of a defensive midfielder, turning into a center back. So the vision stays there, and now you're just seeing the game from further back and see everything in front of you. So it's really just directing guys in front of you, seeing the game as a whole, and then just learning body positioning and what to look for as a center back.
It's amazing. I remember some of the commentary about you when you transitioned to the center back role, that some commentators would say, well, he's not a center back, and this is why that's happened. So all of a sudden, your name is being mentioned in the same sentence, or at least last season, as All-Star game, potentially January camp. Do you ever listen to what people are saying about you as a player?
Here and there, it's hard to avoid sometimes, but you try and keep a level head, not get too high, not get too low either. So trying to just keep a steady head through it all. Relationship
with Adil and Tim. Tell me about what it's been with those guys, the communication that you guys go through, because obviously second best defensive numbers in the league last season.
Yeah, no, it was a great year, especially under D. He was basically simplifying what we were doing from Latanzio, really just as a defensive unit. So credit to a lot of the guys in the back line with me. We work hard as a unit and do extra work, building that chemistry both on and off the field, understanding one another in the way we play, and I think that really paid off and showed on the last season, and then we're just looking to build on it this season.
Can you talk a little bit about Tim's influence as a veteran, as a guy who's worn the captain's armband for the U.S. men's national team? Has he imparted any wisdom?
Yeah, for sure. Even from day one when he came in, he knew that me and Natty were doing really well, and he came in and was that mentor, guiding two young guys who were already doing quite well, but now we're even doing even better. Learning from him, who's been in the Premier League at the highest level, has been national team captain, playing in World Cups and whatnot. So he's only the guy that's adding to the strength of the back line and pushing us. And as the three of us center backs, we're just pushing each other, competing.
And speaking of Premier League, you have a coach who not only coached in the Premier League, but actually played as a center back in the Premier League. He arrives, he had obviously seen you play. Was there anything he said to you when he arrived about your position? Because I can imagine that when a new coach comes in, you're not you are now, but you weren't a rooted center back, that you may have been a little concerned about your position in the team.
Yeah, there's definitely questions of, where I would fit into his system. So, in preseason, I remember kind of playing both. He throw me at center back, throw me in the midfield, kind of see both. And we ended up having a discussion towards the end of preseason, just kind of seeing where I felt I was, the strongest. And I felt like, through the games, my first season, I've only played center back professionally, so it felt like a glove. And under the system, it kind of simplified that role. So I felt most comfortable there, and he agreed. And moving forward, from there on, center back.
Made complete sense. Now, I want to talk about a touchy subject, one that is very near and dear and close to my heart. Your change of number. You went from the 34 to the 4. What made you change?
There wasn't much behind it. 34, not much of a proper soccer number. So I was offered to, shave off the 3 and keep the 4, so I decided to run with it and said, why not?
I'm so disappointed, and I'll tell you why. I have a thing about numbers in soccer, and I think that players can be forever synonymous with numbers, and I feel like you're one of those, right? 34, you come through, you get picked in the 3rd round, crown legacy, into the first team, a mainstay in the team. Just imagine that 34 that could have forever been associated to you.
Oh, no, I never really thought about it that way, but no, that would have been cool to keep it, and kind of keep it as my true number.
Still time to change. Andrew Privett. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Thank
Good
you.
stuff, man.